I've always heard this saying that's like be grateful for what you have now, because at some point it's where you really want it to be. And like for real, I remember like living in Brooklyn in my mom's house, and I'm just like, am I ever gonna get out of this place? Like,
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alba. If you're not new here, hey, make sure that you're subscribed right now, please. And yeah, give this video a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I know y'all read the title. I couldn't come up with a name, so every time I would explain what I want to do, I kept saying this is not a podcast. And there's nothing wrong with podcasts. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them, but I just wanted to elaborate. This is not a podcast. This is literally, I'm in my 20s, and I know I'm not the only, not even 20-year-old, I know I'm not the only adult or just person who sometimes feels like, okay, what am I doing? And I just feel like I have so many wise people around me, and I decided to, you know, kind of share that perspective from a few wise people. And today is the first, I want to say episode, the first video on this whole little series. And I don't know how often I'm gonna post this type of content. I don't know if it's gonna be like once a month, but I do want to do it quite often, because once again I just have a few people that I'm just like, okay, you guys just need to hear them speak real quick. And yeah, so for today's video is actually my uncle's wife and a dear friend. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna bring her in and just kind of talk about life. Okay, so this is Jelani.
hey guys.
Yeah, so I was explaining how this is not a podcast and how I just wanted to have a few wise people around me, just literally speak about things. And I didn't even tell her what we're gonna talk about. It's kind of just
nervous.
flow.
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't be nervous. And we've spoken about this before briefly. That's why I was like, okay, when I think about Jelani and the advice she has given me, like, where do I go? So that was where. But before we start, I feel like the number one question would be, what would you tell your 22-year-old self? 22 because I'm 22.
Okay, that's a good question, actually. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about it yesterday. I think I have to turn around a little. I was actually thinking about it yesterday, like, as I was driving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that means you were next to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking about it. I don't know. Definitely, like, you're fine. For sure. And just focus on yourself. Literally nothing else matters but you. Like, and I don't know, I feel like, I was gonna say teenager, but 22 is obviously not a teenager, but at 22 you're still like figuring life out, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what you like, what are some of your triggers, and just be selfish. Live your damn best life and have fun in a smart way. Also have goals, you know, so, and stay true to yourself. Always think about like, okay, what does Alba want? Or like, I guess in that case, what do I want? But yeah, I think that's it.
Interesting. Okay, I like that.
I really wish I knew that. Although, like, I've never been like worried, or like I've never been like I don't want to say crazy, but like I've never been a moody teenager or a moody younger person. But for sure, like, I was confused a lot.
Right.
So
I don't want to put you on the spot.
Just go.
But I am an overthinker, and we talk about this a lot. And hold on, I kind of lost my train of thought.
How to not overthink 101. Or I guess how to overthink 101.
You want to teach people how to overthink?
No.
Okay. No, hold on. There was a reason why I said that. just, you said to just worry about yourself, like just do your own thing.
Yeah.
How would you kind of give someone like me advice?
Sheesh. That's hard. Like,
that is hard.
It is.
But you've done it. I just don't want to like...
Done what?
You've given me that advice.
Yeah, I have. And I always just tell you, like, just do it. Whatever it is, like, don't overthink it. Just do it. Literally. You're going to feel so good afterwards that it's going to be worth it. Like, you're not going to not be happy that you did something that you were overthinking. So just go for it. And I remember in that episode of Jay Shetty that you sent me, he said something like, just do it. Like, don't overthink it, because if you don't do it, you're going to feel shitty. And if you keep overthinking, you're going to feel even more shitty. So just fucking do it. Like, why not? Live your best life. You only live once.
Period.
Just do it, Alpha.
Okay, well, that's all for today. No, I'm kidding. So, the question that I had written down for you, I actually forgot. What? Hold on.
Don't hit me with no hard questions.
No. It's kind of just, well, the topic would be accepting chapters in life. And I feel like that came up because I've spoken to you in different periods of like your life, like moments in where you were kind of scared to be moving, moments where you were kind of scared to be, just moments where you were a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And the other day I was just telling her how being 22 is just like, it's cute, it's a vibe, it's nice, but it's hard. It's like, okay, where am I supposed to be? And we have social media now.
Yeah.
I see other 22-year-olds and I'm like,
I feel like being 22 or like anywhere from 20 to 24 is like that awkward stage of like, you know, when people cut their hair and then they have like the awkward length. That's like the awkward length of like your adulthood, I guess. Right. Your awkward ages. You just don't know. And you just overthink everything. Not you, but like in general. I mean, well, you do. But accepting changes. That was it. You want to say
that was a topic. Well, yeah, you had said something. I can't remember exactly word for word what it was, but you were just like, something along the lines of like, you're uncomfortable right now, and like, I love that for you. And I know she didn't mean it in like a mean way, but I was just like, that has been on my mind like constantly. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So, for example, like how you were feeling, or I guess I'll speak for myself, right? Like, and I always talk to you about this damn amazing birthday trip that Alba had to Aruba, because it was really life changing for me. So I don't know. I guess at that point in my life, I was just like low-key hating where I worked. Well, not low-key, high-key. I hated where I worked. I was just not happy with like how I was being as a mother, as a wife. And just like, I don't know, just a few other things around me, and I just want to change. And that's actually so weird because I hate change. Like, that's probably hard to believe. Is it?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't really like change, but I was in a moment where I like needed it. And so that's why I told you that the other day, that like, I love this for you, that you're like wanting more, you're wanting change, because literally out of that, only positive is going to come out. And it would be worse if you were in a situation, if you were like, I'm super comfortable, never getting out of this place. Like, you know?
Which I feel like I have been for a really long time, which is where the conversation started. I was just like, I feel like I've been in the same spot. I feel like I've been in the same spot for a hot minute. And I'm like, okay, what's gonna change for me? And it's hard because you get really comfortable.
Yeah. And I think that we all go through those moments of life where we're like, okay, I'm ready for change. Like the other day I was talking to my cousin, I don't mean to put her business out there, and I won't, but like she was like expressing to me how like, you know, she wants more, and she's like in that pivotal moment of life where like shit's about to change, which is great. And I remember feeling like that, like when we lived in New York, I felt like something needed to change when I finally wanted to be a fiance after so many years. Like at some point I need more. Like, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, whenever you feel that way, just know great things are coming, and it's a good sign. and enjoy those feelings. I say enjoy, but it's hard, so I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also, one thing that has been like keeping me going is just being older. Like imagining myself being like 80 years old. Not us laughing, but
80 years old and doing what? Take care of your grandkids?
no. No, but being 80 years old and like just imagining like, oh my god, I wish I would have done this and that, but I didn't because I was scared of what people would think, or like,
I felt that.
That's freaking disgusting. I hate that I think that way. Like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
For real. And that actually reminds me too. So I have this cousins group chat where like, and I talk to you about this damn group chat every single day. And I wish I would have freaking screenshotted it, right? Because we kind of like ask each other thought-provoking questions. I mean, some of them are silly, but for the most part, they're like, all like today's was silly. But for the most part, we ask each other like in-depth questions. And like, I remember my brother asking like, what are you doing for yourself that your future you would be proud of? And that was such a good question. Like, and it really made me think like, what am I doing? And like, I'm like, damn, what am I doing? So yeah, I say that to say, I think that like, that question made me realize that I'm like the type of person that I'm like you said, you're thinking about when you're 80 years old, but I'm for real, like I think about like when I'm 40 and I'm like, I have grandkids. How many times am I gonna say like? And
you thought it was funny?
Like, I'm not gonna say the N-word.
Wait, that's not even a lyric. Okay, sorry, just continue.
It is the lyric. You thought it was funny?
But she don't say like.
I know, but I don't want to say the word, so I said like.
Well, why I said that?
But anyway. So yeah, the way that I answered that question was by saying like, literally everything that I do, I think about what would future Jelani appreciate that I did now. Because at the end of the day, like, especially when you have kids, like, you really have to think about the future. And, like, maybe when you're age, not so much, but still, like, to a certain extent. So, yeah, I think that's great that you're doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and I worked with older people. I was working with older people for a while, and they were just kind of very encouraging. Like, they would just come up to me. I'm very tall.
Old people are so nice. Well, some. But I love the ones. I love the ones that have so much knowledge and that like they see someone younger and they just want to like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, like giving advice. And it's like, you know, I was you at one point, and you know, they would always come up to me and be like, oh, you play basketball? Like, are you a model? I'm like, no,
for
no.
Instagram.
No, but seriously, I would be like, no, like, you know, and they're like, go for it. Like, what's stopping you? And I'm like,
myself.
What's stopping me? And it is that. It's myself. It's literally myself.
Yeah. And I think I tell you that all the time too. Like, and even for you guys, like anybody watching, if you're literally by yourself, like, and when I say by yourself, I mean like no responsibilities. You probably live at home with your parents. You have no kids. Like, what?
No.
Oh. Like you're gonna look at me a weird way. Just freaking do it. Like, just go for it. Literally, there's nothing to be scared of. And you're like in the prime of your early life right now, right? Like,
yeah.
When you turn 30, then you'll be in the prime of your 30s.
Right.
And like, you know what I mean? So just freaking do it. I guess motto of this video, just do it.
Just do it. Okay, Nike. Yeah, okay, how would you say, once again, I've heard you say, I can't remember when it was exactly, but you were feeling kind of like you were at a weird, not age, but a weird place in your age. Do you remember that?
I do. I think I'm over that at this point.
I agree, 100%. How do you feel like you got to this point?
For real, it took me a while. So I was like mourning my 20s. I'm 29.
Wait. Yes, and also you were like really reflecting. You were really reflecting as to why you're feeling like that. Like you were going back.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Oh, okay.
But I believe you.
I thought it had something to do with it, but okay.
No, I don't know. So yeah, I'm 29, and like, I don't know. I've always been the younger one in the group. Like, I was a young mom, and like, at work, I was always the younger one. I don't know. I've always been the younger person, you know, whatever circle that I'm in. And like, I think it was like when I turned 27, I'm like, oh shit, I'm literally about to be 30. And then like 28 came around, and like now I'm 29, and then in less than a year, I'm gonna be 30. And it was hard. And I think part of that is like, I'm so scared of like I don't even know how to explain it, but I'm so scared of my childhood, not even my childhood, but like my younger years just not being a thing anymore. Like, I remember when my grandfather passed away, obviously I was sad, but I was just more sad that like the grandfather chapter of my life has literally closed forever. So I almost kind of felt the same way with my 20s, which is like, I'm never gonna have that chapter of my life ever again.
Yeah.
Literally ever again. And like, while yes, I believe my life is only getting better, it's like so sad.
It is really sad, but that's also like, not to interrupt you, I mean, I am. Are you done? Should I let you finish?
No, go ahead.
It's just like, you know, but I've cried to Nabal about this many times. I'm just like, Nabal's my best friend, but what I sound like a kindergarten. Nabal's my best friend. I have other best friends too. Okay, no. But just being sad about not being the same person. Like, I would be like, I'm not me when I was 18. And I meant like, I don't think the same way. Like, I remember, I'm still.
You don't think that's better though?
It is, but I've come to realize that now. Because like before, I would say like, I would really be really naive about things, and I'm still naive about things. But before, it was just like, I really felt like I had the purest heart, and I'm like, I'm a good person, but I don't know about the purest heart. And I had to like mourn that, like that person of just like, I'm not.
Well, first of all, there's no one that has like the purest heart.
Well, that's true.
So maybe you thought you did, but you really didn't in some ways. I don't know. But yeah, like, but I also think that's a good thing though. Like, you live and you learn, like.
Oh yeah.
And you still have a pure heart. It's just, now you're
good
just
intentions.
Yeah, you have great intentions. Now you're just more knowledgeable in whatever it is, and like your experiences made you realize certain things.
Yeah, for sure. Despite a few people.
She's from the Bronx.
No, but yeah, you're right.
So yeah, so basically, yeah, it was hard. And like my cousin and I, the one I was just talking about, we've always been through like the same stages in life. So we've like, and our birthdays are like a month apart. So we always feel the same way about like the stages in our lives. And like, even now we're like we're literally about to turn 30. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
Like, we just got matching tattoos when we turned 18. And that literally seems like it was 2 years ago. But it wasn't. But you know what? Like, I was just like, whatever. And I have to, and I've always heard this saying that's like be grateful for what you have now, because at some points where you really want it to be. And like, for real, I remember like living in Brooklyn in my mom's house, and I'm just like, am I ever gonna get out of this place? Like, this is so annoying. We barely have any space. Like, I hate how ghetto it is. Like, I just wanted better. I wanted a better job. I always wanted a better job. And
no shade.
But for real, like, I genuinely love the stage of life that I am, and I'm like happy. Yes, there's parts in my life that I would change, and that I know for a fact that I could do better. But I'm working on it, and I think that the first step is acknowledging it. But for real, I just had to put into perspective everything that I do have. And the truth is, like, although I am mourning my 20s, like, I had my son when I was 21. Like, how is that even fun? Like, how am I mourning that. It's not like I was living my best life at 21. I mean, that sounds messed up. I mean, in a different way, I guess.
No, yeah.
But like, I was just doing things like the people around me that were my age were partying, traveling, whatever, and I'm staying up all night trying to feed a baby that's crying all night. You know what I mean? So while I do miss those years, I also don't. And I'm glad they're over. And I'm ready for the next stage. For real. I know.
That was good.
You think?
Yeah. Okay, okay, have you ever heard the saying, not the saying, it's like a quote, and it's like, I probably have it somewhere on my phone, but I can't look for it. Something along the lines of like, right now, like you said you're looking forward to like your future you, like you're doing things for future you. It's like, sometimes you're too caught up in that and you forget that you once waited for this version of you, you know? Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I could see that. I think that happens to me a lot too, though.
Yeah, I think it happens to a lot of people. I think that's like a thing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You look forward, like, okay, when I turn 21, when I turn 25.
Yeah, I'm over here like when I turn 30, but like...
When I turn 30...
No, but for real, like, yeah, it's a thing. Like, let's just focus on what you're doing now. And I think, it goes, last time we were talking about boundaries. And I've been thinking about it a lot today. I'm not gonna lie. And so, yeah, I'm just, for real, like, I'm working hard on, like, boundaries, yeah. Because I really do try to, like, be present in the moment. And in anything that I do. And I realized that, like, in Puerto Rico when we went in the summer, like, I had a lot of moments of like, okay, let me put my phone down. Like, I also want to document my vacation and post on my stories and shit, but I also want to enjoy. And I did do that towards the end because I realized, like, all right, chill, put your phone down, take a breather. And I tend to do that when I'm in the ocean. And I remember I brought up Aruba, but I never said the point, but it's fine.
You could go back.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
No, it's okay. I mean, I guess I could.
I mean, I feel like Aruba was very, not powerful, but meaningful. It did a lot. Like, I remember you came back and you were like, well, I think I manifested all these things in the water.
No, for real.
I was like, well, I gotta go back to Aruba and go in that water.
No, for real. So yeah, I actually did start saying it. So basically at that point that I went to Aruba, I was in a shitty place. Mostly at work. But, you know, that translates into everything else because of work, I'm moody. Because of work, I'm coming home tired and not happy. I'm, like, yelling at my kids for no reason. And just, like, you know, a cranky person in general. What? And so for that trip, I called out of work for, like, I don't know, 4 days I was there? 5? I don't know.
5. Mm-hmm.
And
you left earlier, but yes, something along those lines.
And like for real, I hated that feeling. Like the fact that I need to call out of work just to do something that I want to do, you know. And so whatever, I was really there, and like I don't know, I'm really happiest. I asked you this, like what, like what, and at what setting? In what setting are you happiest, right? So, anyways, I'm really happy when I'm like in nature, not alone, but like with someone meaningful, kind of just like appreciating life in the moment. And for me, that's like beautiful water. And Aruba,
Beautiful water.
Literally the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. And so like I remember literally being in the water, and I'm gonna try to look for a picture because I remember.
You can send it to me.
Okay. And I was just like literally like laying back in the water, and like when I go back home, I'm gonna get a new job. I'm gonna make sure that it's remote. Like that's it. If I'm not happy, like why am I not changing it? Like I'm smart as hell. I have all the potential. Like, you know what I mean? So just
kind of like realizing what you got.
Yeah. And like nothing is forever. And if something makes you uncomfortable, there's no reason you need to stick to it or buy it.
I gotta give a few calls.
I need to make a few blocks. But yeah, so that trip, and I hate, like, when I tell people, like, I try not to make it sound like I went on vacation and it was a moment of realization, like snotty or show offy or bougie or whatever, you know. But
I do. No, I'm kidding.
but yeah, like, I just realized a lot of things, and it was really a moment of reflection. One, because I went with myself. I don't think that if I had went with, like, my husband and my kids, I would have had the same experience, maybe. It also helped that Alba didn't want to get in the water, so I was really by myself.
You're a shady girl.
That's another topic for discussion. But
You're reflecting by yourself.
okay.
But
yeah, so manifestation is real. Like, speak it out into existence. Like, the law of attraction. But of course, you got to put in the work, because, like, you can't just be like, I want $1 million. Like, I'm
my
like,
towers, and he's just not gonna show up.
no, he's not.
Putting in work, though. I'm kidding.
What do you think?
On your business. No, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was good.
So, Alba, I have a question for you.
This ain't what this is about.
Answer that question. What would you tell your 17-year-old self?
I would tell her. Okay, 17. Okay, let me not say a joke. No, being serious. My 17-year-old self. I just didn't really care about a lot of things. Like, no, I did care, but just like, damn. What would I tell my 17-year-old self?
I mean, you
really put me on the spot here. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that. I mean, I thought you were gonna answer quicker, because you just said, like, how you were you mourned those younger years.
Yeah.
And because you were so naive, so I just feel like you now at 22 have way more experience than your 17-year-old self.
Yeah.
I just thought it was going to be an easier question.
No, because I feel like I needed to be that naive. Like, I'm glad that I was that naive. Maybe a little bit too naive, but I'm glad. And then it's like I still have the same circle of friends, so it's not like...
Which is also really nice.
So nice. Probably not to take things too serious, which I still do. But it was worse before.
That's hard, though.
Yeah.
I think that's something that you just learn with life.
For sure. That's probably what I would.
Not to take things too serious. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one.
I'm still struggling with that, but
it's better.
It's better.
So.
It's better.
Good. So it's just gonna keep getting better.
It's gonna keep getting better.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You like my question?
No. No, yeah, that's good. I'm still trying to think, but okay, no. I'm gonna stick with that. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I have another question.
Who's texting us?
My towers.
My...
Oh my god. Hold on. Let me just look at my notes again. Is there anything you regret not doing from your early 20s?
I know this is
recent.
I know this is gonna sound like a cliche answer, and you're probably know what I'm gonna say.
Traveling more?
No.
Not having your kids?
Chill. I don't think I regret anything, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's made me who I am, and
I regret a few things.
You shouldn't. No, I don't regret anything because everything has taught you something, whether good or bad. Even my worst moments in life, I don't regret it at all because everything happens for a reason, and like I'm like a firm believer of that.
No, dead ass.
So.
And it shapes you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And it makes you who you are. So imagine you had a perfect life. What an airhead you would be.
Why you think I'm an airhead? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, so it's good to have a little grit.
Razzle dazzle.
A little grit. I think that's what the word is. Yeah, a little suffering.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it just helps you see life in different perspectives. So honestly, no. But if I could go back in time and change some things, it would probably be to be more present and enjoy the season that I'm in. Okay. Because that's so important, like you said. So I'm trying to enjoy the season that I'm in. What season are you in? What's this season for you?
This season is selfish season.
Yes, as you should.
Thank you.
In a good way, of course.
Yeah. Boundaries season.
I like that.
The maximum time had been reached. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like we had a great convo. One last question. What would you wanna... Hold on. I was gonna say, what would you want to tell your older self? But not that, because you can't. I mean, you could. Okay, what are you looking forward to in your 30s?
That's a great question. Honestly, enhancing my 20s. I don't even know if that makes sense. Like, living my 20s again, but like on steroids. And the truth is, like, your 30s are, like, people feel like in your 20s you're really living. And I mean, I can't really say that in your 30s you're living even more because I'm not even 30 yet. But as I'm getting older, I'm kind of realizing that. But I'm really looking forward to traveling more, like fostering my relationships. Like, I keep saying like,
it's okay.
I don't know, and just growing as a person. And like, it's a damn word.
I was like choking right there.
Yeah, growing as a person, doing fun things, fostering my relationships, just living my damn best life and not letting anything freaking faze me. That's what I'm looking forward to.
No, that's good.
I'm excited, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yay.
Yay!
Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk.
Of
course. I think that was it.
Okay.
Can we put our wigs on now?
What?
Can we put our wigs out? Our wigs on now?
You want to put our wigs on? I feel like this video deserves to end on that kind of note. But I have to, you guys can't see yet. Back out. Hello. Hey. Yay. So if you haven't watched my last video, that means you have to watch my last video, which
to understand the wigs.
Right, you have to just understand the wigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're keeping them around. We're keeping, them. I was gonna say her around, but it's two of us. Well, two of them.
Two of them. Yeah. That's right. But yes.
So cute. But thanks for the video. It was so fun.
Yay. Yay. So this is the first one. There's going to be more to come. And make sure you leave a comment on what topic you want people to talk about.
Yeah. And definitely comment what you related most with.
Oh, yes. That's good.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching.
I'm so curious.
I got mad close, sorry.
That's okay. You want to be as close as possible to me, I know.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you comment, you like, and that you're subscribed.
Definitely.
If not, Nikki's gonna come in. Okay.
Stupid.
Oh, my cabello sucio.
Oh.
Okay, bye.